Will it help you sleep? In this video, we're going to be looking at some of the things people swear by when it comes to sleep, and hopefully bust some sleep myths and find things that could help you. So one of the top things that comes up when I talk to people about sleep is exercise. A lot of people say when they exercise, it helps them sleep. And I agree. But there are two sides to this, and there are things you need to think about. So firstly, exercise, hopefully rigorous, intensive exercise, it's going to make you feel good. It should hopefully start to release endorphins. And afterwards, particularly when you showered or bath, you should just, your muscles, you just feel that warmth, you feel that level of relaxation, you're all loose. And it is lovely when you just get into bed after that and it just helps you. But if you've exercised too late, too close to sleep, that is a problem, because intense exercise also makes us more alert. It releases adrenaline. So I wouldn't exercise intensely at least 90 minutes before you settle down. Stretching, moving, that's a little bit different. That can help you relax. We do that just before we go to sleep. But anything intense, just do it in the early evening. But definitely, this is one that will help you sleep. It should also help you reduce all those stress chemicals that build up. So definitely one to try. The next one is using devices. People often tell me they've just got to keep checking their phone before they can settle down. Well, I think you know where this is going to go, because those devices, for a start, they release blue light that is going to really disrupt our natural sleep chemicals that build up during the day and just encourage us to settle down at night. So that's not good. Even with night modes, they just reduce it. But the biggest problem for me is a lot of the content people are looking at on these devices is attention engineered. It means it's designed to get your attention and keep you coming back, often with a hit of dopamine. And that's not going to help when it comes to sleep. So if you can, try to avoid devices before you go to sleep. But if you do need one, I'd think of a device like a Kindle, something with a grey screen, and think of content that isn't attention engineered. Maybe read a book. And it also goes in some ways for anything that's going to stimulate you. Maybe a TV series that's going to keep making you want to watch the next episode. Just avoid that. We want to relax. We want to be encouraged to sleep. So I hope that helps. People also tell me that they tend to just doze off on the sofa before they actually go to bed. And this is one that really isn't good for us. See, we're often trapped, we're watching TV, we're doing things, we feel tired and we just doze off. But hey, think about those sleep cycles. We start entering those early stages of sleep, then we wake up again and our body is starting to wake us up. So there's one bit of advice to follow here is when you go to sleep, make sure that's for the night, so you can enter into those sleep cycles and get the best of them. We've got to be disciplined here. So this is often, we're just not focused on sleep. So when you start to feel tired, just be as disciplined as you can, head to bed, settle down, and get that huge sleep cycle in for the night. You will feel better. Another thing people have said to me is that they like to sleep with pets, and some people even have the pets in bed with them. This is something I've looked at, and when I did this, I started looking at statistics for bites in America, and that alone should discourage you from this. These are animals. If you suddenly roll on them, instinct will kick in a lot of cases. That's not good. But more importantly, any animal is going to have different sleep cycles to us. They're going to need different amounts of sleep. So your pet is likely to be active when you need to be resting. And then we can think about hygiene, parasites. There are a lot of problems there. So if you really need your animal in the room, maybe think of having it somewhere else other than your bed, because I don't think this is going to help you get great sleep. A lot of people also rely on soothing hot drinks to help them sleep. And this is normally in the form of coffee or tea. So let's go straight into coffee. Okay, there's decaffeinated coffee, but I have no idea why people drink regular coffee after 6 p.m. It has a huge half-life, meaning it stays in your system, and it's going to make it very difficult to sleep. And even if you can, that caffeine can affect REM sleep. So I would avoid in the evenings. Coffee is great in the mornings. It gives us energy, gives us a boost, but I never have it. Personally, I don't have it after about 3 or 4 p.m. So tea, and I'm always discussing this in the UK, and tea is important to us. And this one really prompts debate. If you're going to get some conflict when you talk about sleep myths, it's this. People really feel strongly about their cup of tea. Well, let's go into it. I used to argue that, hey, it's got caffeine in, but it doesn't have as much as coffee, and we can go from, say, herbal tea. The problem with regular cup of tea is that tea can be a diuretic, meaning it can encourage you to use the loo more, which can disrupt sleep cycles. So I'm going to leave this one to you. How does it affect you? If you're someone who's normally up in the night, that's fine, we accept it. But if it's making you get up, that could be disrupting the sleep cycle. So think carefully about it. But yeah, that lovely soothing taste. I know there are herbal teas designed for sleep. You could experiment, but just think about that. Think about how it could be affecting the sleep cycle. So yeah, this one's over to you. A lot of people also tell me that listening to music and podcasts help them drift off to sleep. And looking at it, I think there's something to this. Listening to a podcast is just going to help you relax. But there's the obvious problem. You're not going to engage with the show. You're not going to remember it. So you're probably going to have to go back to it. But that's probably insignificant. Music can help, but I'd probably think about the music that you're listening to. I personally would suggest something mellow. Maybe non-lyrical, something that's not going to grab your attention or create an earworm. Just something that's going to help you relax. You can get all these lovely sounds that help you sleep as well in various places. Something that's just going to help you drift off. But one thing I will say about this is just make sure you don't need this to sleep, because I think that can be a problem. It might be worth exploring why this is happening, because there are maybe times when you don't have the music, you don't have equipment. So maybe just try without it, just try exploring that. But otherwise, I think this is a great idea. And if you haven't, maybe you should try it. Okay, so we have hopefully busted a few sleep myths there, and you've got a few things that have taken your interest, and there are a few things you might want to avoid. So I hope this helps. Remember, we're all different. Just go off, try these things, find things that suit you, and hopefully they're going to make a difference.